Welcome back to the Queen, A.K.A. Misty Talk Show. We was talking about 5 reasons she hates your sperm, but I am altering that to 5 reasons she or he may hate your sperm. This needs to be a conversation between someone you're in love with, your husband, your spouse, your significant other, because instead of just assuming what is going wrong or something that is affecting you and how you perform, then y'all should talk about it. We went through too much sperm, too little sperm, too yellow, or it tastes or smells weird. Now the fifth one we're going to talk about, and I told you before the break to get your knife and fork out. And the reason I said that is because the fifth reason that she or he hates your sperm is it could be too chunky. Yep, sperm can be too chunky. And I'm going to read you what this woman talks about in her experience. She says, I had a really disgusting blowjob experience. Her name is Annabelle and she's 34. His cum was as thick as yogurt, as yogurt or cottage cheese. Now, I got to tell you, there have been times when I had to chew and, I had to spit it out or just chew it up real good. And I also have to tell you that I'm just kidding. Okay. That never happened to me. I'm sure it happened to other people, but no, I'm just kidding. It never happened to me. But she's saying it was as thick as yogurt or cottage cheese. The doctors on this situation says hydration can affect the consistency of ejaculate as well. When you ejaculate as well, sorry. If he's dehydrated or hasn't ejaculated in a while, then he's going to have a thicker, more chunky, consistent cum. So we have too little sperm, too much sperm, too yellow or a darker or yellowish semen, or it tastes or smells weird, or it's too chunky. So if your man's semen is too chunky, instead of just dealing with it, chewing, tell him he needs to be how do you say this word? Hydrated. Sorry, that's the effects of this stroke. A lot of things I don't know how to say, but he needs to be hydrated, and that will change the consistency of his sperm. Don't be afraid to talk about these things, because if you are with somebody, if you're in love with somebody and you're dealing with them on a regular basis, then these things need to be talked about. It should not be any problem going to him and say, listen, what's wrong with your sperm? There's not enough coming out. Are you okay? Or listen, that's a little too much for me. You can ejaculate before we have sex, and that will help. When we do have sex, there won't be so much that comes out. Or listen, your sperm is a little yellow, and it's a darker yellow. And I heard on the Queen, A.K.A. Misty Talk Show, that could be a problem with your prostate. We may have to go to the doctor. Or listen, your semen is smelling or tasting kind of weird. So I don't know if we should change what you're eating, or go to the doctor and talk about it, because I'm not a professional. I'm not an MD. You don't have to take my word for it. These are just, suggestions I'm reading from a real website. And, if his semen is too chunky for you, and I can't imagine him not knowing it's chunky, but, when guys ejaculate, they should know it's coming out like cottage cheese. They shouldn't wait for you to taste it to know that it's like yogurt or cottage cheese, but things happen. You should not be afraid to talk to your partner. Y'all should have an adult conversation like we just had here and go through some of the issues that you're having. No need to be stressed out about this stuff. Adults should be able to talk, okay? Just like we just talked about this stuff. I know I made a joke about the the chunky semen, but I'm just trying to lighten the mood. And I'm hoping that this conversation will help someone out there. If it just helps one person have a conversation with their partner, I will be happy. You know, and this is helpful to me too. Even though I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, there's going to come a day where I may be in a relationship and may be in this situation where I'm going to have a conversation with someone. I mean, all jokes put aside, I'm hoping that I will be with someone and we can talk and have an adult conversation, have a mature conversation like I want you to have with your significant other. You know, so these are the 5 reasons he or she may hate your sperm. And it's nothing more than a conversation that you can have with someone to overcome this face. Because you don't want her to have this face while you're having sex, or when you begin having sex, or when you're ending a sexual relationship, a sexual relationship session, I should say. You don't want to end it permanently, but you also don't want to see this face on her when you have relations. How you doing? So I am very glad you joined me for this conversation, for this session of the Queen A.K.A. Misty Talk Show. And I thank you for joining me. And I hope everybody learned something from this. And please feel free to make your comments, because I know a lot of people may not even want to discuss something like this, or don't want to hear someone discuss this. And that's okay. That's okay. There are people that will learn from this and get more in touch with their feelings, that I can talk to their significant others. So I thank you for joining me again, and y'all stay blessed until I see you again. And remember, your queen has spoken. Stay blessed and stay safe. Till next time. See you later. Bye.